and welcome to Gemini Journaling. Today I'm going to be showing you all my June plan with me today. For June, my theme obviously is crystals. Purple are the main colors and themes, but before we get into the hectic month of June, we're going to have a look back at May. So for May, I think I used my calendar really well. I realized that I didn't really use the notes section that much, which is right over here. And so I think I'm going to get rid of that for June. I really just liked using a variation of colors for this. It kind of makes every event pop in its own special way, and I really like that. The tracker is definitely something I'm getting rid of, didn't even bother using it. But once again, the calendar I was really happy with for May. I went to St. Louis and I was going to do a little bit of a scrapbooking there. I haven't gotten to it yet, but that is something I'm planning on using this side of the page for. The habit tracker, great success. I did realize that a lot of times I didn't have the proper colors with me when I wanted to fill it out, so I would go in with pencil a little bit for the last few days. I really liked this. I love how the little lines work to make the diamond, and this motivated me so much to get done the habits that I wanted to, and so this tracker is something I'm super proud of and excited to use again. My mood tracker, I think is going along well, and then this is a log that I actually filled out in April. Then I have my dream log here. All the weeks so far I've been filling out nicely. I've been filling, some days I have forgotten, but just the next day I decided to fill it out, and I have like no regrets. I don't want to try and stress myself out with having to do every night, but really so far I have been using this and I've been super excited with how I have been using this so far. We still have week 5 to go in May, and I have this prepare for June page, which I made really early, but I actually went over it and I went through some of the things that I'm planning on adding and not planning on adding in the June spread. So now on to June. For June, like I said earlier in this video, my theme is crystals. And this is my favorite month I've ever done. I'm so proud of what I have been able to accomplish, not only with sticking to the theme, but also I've really gotten to use all of my skills I've learned when it comes to stationery, calligraphy, and overall art with this month. So let's get started. After the back of every spread I have done, I always do a quote. This one is by Bob Marley, the famous song, "Don't worry about a thing because every little thing is gonna be all right." And I have a little tiny crystal there, trying to keep with the theme. This calendar, like last time, is you read the title vertically, but you actually read the calendar horizontally. We have crystals coming from the back, and I also have a quote. Another one, "Nothing can dim the light that shines from within." I just found that on Google. I have the crystals from the beginning, and for the crystals in the title and here, I use variation of colored pencils, crayons, pens, but for all the calligraphy and all of the most of the other art that's done in here, I've used these for Tombow pens, calligraphy pens. We have these two from the pastel pack and these two from the bright pack, and the numbers and where you can find these will be linked in the description below. But those are the main 4 calligraphy pens I've used for this spread. Anyways, we have some hanging crystals up here. I used, once again, the Tombows that I just showed, and also some highlighters. For that, I have some washi tape here, little thin strip, and I use the same type going across here with some faux calligraphy for the days of the week. Now here is a more deeper look into this monthly spread. I have variations of different crystals down here. I'm really happy with this spread overall, and I'm really excited to use it. For really popular dates, I've been doing, I fill in the date with colored pencil, and I added a little bit of marker for this. And I also have the phases of the moon for the lunar calendar. Next we have my habit tracker. Because last month's was such a success, I really used a similar layout, but I noticed that when it's summer, I really don't need to focus on my sleep patterns, mostly just usually it was to make sure I had enough sleep for my after school activities and school, but because that's stopping in the summer, I decided to get rid of the sleep tracker, which left me more room for more habits and more space to read the habits. I believe I have 12 habits, and I'll read them off in a second, but I just wanted to just say that I'm going to be doing in black pen X's to mark off each one, unlike in May where I did these different lines. I'm going to be just doing some X's, try and keep it simple. How I made the header up here was I actually got some washi tape, put it over, did a lot of lines over the washi tape, squiggly lines in my purple Papermate pen, and I did a little some stars, and then I ripped the tape off and it made this perfect square to fit some faux calligraphy that says habit tracker. So that's what I did, and I think it's amazing, and I will definitely use that technique again. Next is actually a spread not exactly related to June, but it is my summer goals. It's really hard to see. I probably shouldn't have done it in such bright yellow, but it says summer in a little like sun form and goals in calligraphy under it. I have a bunch of lists, and I will add more when I have more goals for the summer. And yeah, I'm excited to see how those will work. I'm going to be 100% honest. I actually I came up with these crystal idea on my own. I actually had it in mind for quite a while that June was going to be crystal theme, and a lot of what I have shown you so far was my own ideas, but I was looking online for some inspiration, and I realized that Amanda Rach Doodles, the goddess, may I say, of bullet journaling, actually did a mood tracker quite like this, and I actually had already sketched it out. So I'm gonna say that I do understand that Amanda Rach Doodles has done a mood tracker like this, and for that I will say that this spread is inspired by her, and a link to her video for that will be in the description below. With that said, this mood tracker, I have, I did some geometric like mood up at the top with a drop shadow. I have a little bit of like ferns or some little bit of plants on each side. I have for each day of the month of June a different crystal formation, cluster, gem, whatever it may be. And I am super happy with how this turned out. Each one's unique, like each day of June, and we have 6 crystals and 5 columns, which makes 30. And on the bottom we have another quote from a book that I read about a month ago. It says, "Hope starts as a little flower," and I really like it. We have some tulips here. This also kind of strays away from the purple that I've been going for, but it was because I needed more colors for the mood. And speaking of which, the crystals took so much with the quote that I decided to make the mood key its own page. We have some gold crystal washi tape coming here, and yes, this is just some crystals, and it is sketched in pencil, but I decided I kind of liked it that way, kind of just a tone gray. For the mood key, I just have some calligraphy, and it's outlined in a really thin pen with a key. Try and make it pretty predictable there. I actually kind of like what I did here. I did just some random lines with each color, but I actually outlined the box in a pen. I have happy, excited, productive, tired, sad, and lonely, pretty much. and I'm really happy with this mood key. Next we have some probably more scrapbooky personal stuff, but I still wanted to share with you because it's great for inspiration for any other spread. June is my birthday month, so I have this scrapbook, I guess you could say, almost like diary form ready. It's what I got for my 14th birthday. I will have probably some pictures here, and then here is where I can write about the party, and here I can write about the actual day of my birthday. And I also have a little doodle of a cake that I just winged. Yeah, I sort of ran out of room here, but I'm not gonna let that bother me. I actually found out before my birthday I'm going to Universal Studios, but I'm just doing it afterwards. I'm especially excited for the Wizarding World Harry Potter there, so I did a little bit of some doodles, and I will also scrapbook a little bit of my time there. And so that's why I left it so empty, so that I can fill it up when I go. I did the little Universal sign, sort of trying to imitate the big Universal sign that goes in the globe at the beginning of all their productions. So I tried to do that. I'm also going to a certain camp, but the reason why I'm actually showing you this is to show you this Dutch door I attempted for the first time. And I know this is probably the new bullet journaling craze now, so add that Dutch door. I did some camo because it's going to be a sort of a boot camp, a signature page for all the people I meet there, and of course the days of I'm at the camp, and I will write in a diary form. Now a lot of people have been wondering how this Dutch door works, and I do it just as everyone says, cut out the top of these 2 pages, but I did have a big problem with these edges here. These edges are really rugged now, and as I was pulling them up, I realized that a lot of the seam was going to come out if I cut it anymore, so it's very oddly rugged here, and I'm not a fan of it, but I will try it again, this Dutch door in the future soon, because I think it looks great. And if you want me to do a tutorial on how to do a Dutch door, comment below, and I could get that video up. I have a weekly layout for the camp, and just this is for any time I might be feeling homesick, or I might be feeling really excited during the trip. I want to see how I think of the camp, and yeah. Finally, the last one is usually bullet journalers, they make at least one whole week out so that the viewers like you guys can see how the week will work, but I noticed that in May I was actually running out of room, and I didn't like being limited to the amount I could write, so I decided that because it's all summer and I will have plenty of time for bullet journaling, I'm going to be writing this almost in diary form, writing for example, the first day of June's on a Friday. I'm going to be writing as much as I want, and then I will do the next day. How I'm doing each one, I have a little calendar up in the corner with some of the major dates that are happening in June. Up here we have the phase of the moon, which actually, the correct phase of the moon for the Friday. And I'll have my goals here. Have some little lavender flowers here, trying to keep that purple theme still going on, and I also have the days of the week there, but once again there's no limit to how much room this will take. It will either take a lot or a little for each day, depending on how productive or eventful my day was. With that said, I'm going to do one last June flip through. Thank you all so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe because I'm new on the internet and it would really mean a lot. Thank you all so much for watching again, and if you like this monthly spread, make sure to check out my last month, May, which had a cool dream theme. So I'll see you guys next time on Gemini Journaling, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!